Namaste, I'm François Gauthier. I'd like to speak today about the goodness of Hindus. Hindus are good people. They have throughout the ages, because of their spirituality that takes the whole world as one family and that teaches you that it's the soul that counts, not where you're born and which religion you belong to, have accepted humanity. Whether it is yesterday or today, Hindus still accept you, whether you're a Muslim, you're a Christian, or a Chinese, or a Frenchman. This is part of the ethos. And it's a wonderful quality that we see even today in the countryside among simple people, is acceptance of the other. And fortunately, it's been a one-way traffic. And Hindus themselves have not been accepted. Though a Hindu can go to a temple or a church and not feel that he or she is committing a sin, a Muslim will have difficulty going to a temple, Hindu temple. A Christian will have difficulty, especially converted Christians in India. They will not like to enter a Hindu temple. Their missionaries tell them that it would be a sin, it would be wrong for them. And also, Hindus have been persecuted a lot throughout the ages. In fact, the biggest Holocaust in the world is not that of the Jews, but that of the Hindus. It has been calculated that since the Hindu Kush, at least 100 million Hindus have died during the different invasions and up to today. Now, what symbolizes, the best that Hindu goodness is the story of Prithviraj Chauhan in the 12th century. Now, there was a gentleman called Muhammad Ghori, who was attracted by the riches that were in India. India was such a rich country, there was so much gold, that gold had no value for a long time. So Muhammad Ghori invaded India several times and was defeated by Prithviraj Chauhan. And every time Prithviraj Chauhan forgave Muhammad Ghori, again in that Hindu goodness, I forgive you. Though his generals told him, it's a mistake to forgive him, sir, I forgive you. And then Muhammad Ghori came back. He came back at night because the Kshatriyas, had certain rules. They would not fight women, they would not damage crops, they would not fight at night. So Muhammad Ghori came back at night and surprised Prithviraj Chauhan and defeated him. But, Ghori didn't have the same goodness as Mr. Chauhan. He took him back to Afghanistan, blinded him, and eventually had him executed. What we could call that Chauhan, principle, that Chauhan Syndrome, is still alive today. You see people like Mr. Vajpayee, when there's a story that when Mr. Vajpayee was in power, Rahul Gandhi was caught in the US with a suitcase full of dollars, and Mr. Vajpayee sent his Friday man, Brijesh Mishra, to intercede with the US government to free Rahul Gandhi. I don't know if the story is true, but it's been going around for a long time. In the same way, Mr. Modi, though he's, a more ruthless person, he's also a gentleman. He would greet Sonia Gandhi every time on her birthday, namaste to Rahul Gandhi, smile to him. Yet, these people were in power, they wanted Mr. Modi killed. In fact, Mr. Chidambaram and Mrs. Sonia Gandhi had conspired to let a terrorist, come to Gujarat to kill Mr. Modi, knowing that she was a terrorist, but the word terrorist was removed from the Home Ministry file. So again, it's a one-way traffic. Mr. Modi, a gentleman, but his enemies, are not gentlemen. Today, Mr. Modi is attacked from all sides by the Indian intellectual, by Western journalists, by academia in the US. There is a hatred for him. So I'm not saying that Hindus should have hatred and violence in their heart, but there should be some equilibrium. There has to be, in the spirit of the Bhagavad Gita, a ruthlessness against the Hindus, the enemies of Hindus, even if it is, without hatred. And I don't think that Mr. Modi today incarnates that ruthlessness, or maybe he's hiding it very well. So Hindus need to defend themselves today. It's very important. They have too many enemies. They cannot be goody-goody anymore. The influence of the Mahatma Gandhi of Buddhism, on Hindus is tremendous, tremendous. There is no more spirit of kshatriyism amongst Hindus. They don't fight for themselves. They don't fight for their brothers and sisters. They don't fight for the 400,000 Kashmiri Hindus who become refugees in their own country, and they are still today refugees. So we need to revive some spirit of Kshatriya, and this Hindu goody-goodiness needs to go. Namaste.